Hi, I don't have time to introduce myself because we don't have time. Your attention span is probably really short, so I have very little time to explain to you this very important information that you need to improve on your drawing skills, your shading skills. So let's just begin. Light. To understand shadows, you need to understand light. And to understand light, you need to think like it. A common fact about light is that it reflects and it travels a long way before it stops. And it reflects on almost anything. Even black colors don't absorb 100% of light. But what about it? Example, when you see my hand and the color of the desk, it just reflects exactly the hue of my hand. Just like with my sweater, you can see yellow and then you can see blue. Before you tell me that you don't understand anything and you ask yourself, why am I showing this? Let me show you on a face, a human example, right here. Me, it's me, yeah. So we have a face, clothing, hair, and every object, everywhere, wherever you look, has its own reflection. It's like it was giving its own light. For you to imagine it better, imagine moon. Moon doesn't give its own light. It's just a reflection from the sun. And it reflects so strongly that you can just see in the night during full moon, for example. And it's the same with every object you ever see. Because it reflects light, it gives light on the objects around it. Sometimes more and sometimes less. It depends on where the light's coming from, how strong the color is, and etc, etc. But you can use it to your advantage in drawing. So let me just first show you where to look for such reflections. For example, you can see that I have a blue sweater, at least blue sweater near my face. It should give, I'm almost certain, it should right now give this kind of blue reflection here on my face. And everything kind of gives reflection, but some reflections are not very visible. Just like my hair should give slight reflection right here, but you can't really see it probably with your own eyes. But if you take, for example, pink and yellow, pink should give slight pink reflection on my face and yellow should give yellow reflection on my face. But because the light is coming from there and it reflects from the yellow right here, this side of my face should really show yellow. And same with blue. It should be blue on my face. And why am I telling you this? Why is this slight little detail about light? Why is it so important? Well, it is because that's what makes drawings look real and interesting, and it gives depth. It gives depth to your drawing, and yeah, you just do it. You should do it. So if you understand this, and you should, because it's not such a difficult thing, but if you don't, never mind, don't worry. I have an example. I will show you on the drawing how to add those reflections like this and like this, you know, so it looks good and it looks real. So let's see. So this is the line art we are going to use today. First, let's fill it in with flat colors. I made that thing here pink so I can give her a nice strong pink reflection on her jaw later. Now I'm adding some shadows, just some quick shadows. When you're done with shadows, make a new layer at the top of all the other layers. And now already this is where we will add the first reflections. Take a sample from the color you want to add reflections from. In my case, is the pink from the shirt. Take a soft airbrush and start adding the color. Just play around with it a little bit and see what works. Now I take the skin color and add those reflections around the face. It's not something you normally see in real life because those soft reflections are almost invisible, but on the drawing it just makes sense and looks good. So, and now I'm just doing the same thing I just did with the hair color reflections. And this is the process so far. Now to change the layer effect, tap on the N letter and scroll through all the options comparing how they all look like. For this situation, I am choosing the color effect. What this effect does is it changes only the color on the drawing and not the lightness, which is nice because that way the shadows are still as dark, but the color is just how you choose. Now I am making the hair shadows darker in some spots. I will explain why in a second. Now I'm making a new layer on top of the skin color and shadows layers and just making it slightly lighter in the center. The last thing I do in this step is taking my sketchy line art brush from my sketchy brush set. The link to get my brushes is in the description of this video. And adding some sharp reflections. I do it on a whole new layer on top of all the other layers. The placement of those lines will be mostly on different edges next to the line art. Again, don't be afraid to experiment. You can always erase it easily if you have it all on a separate layer. That's why it's important to have a lot of separate layers. So this is the piece so far. Let's go to the next important lesson. Believe it or not, but we are actually halfway through this video. There's one more thing that I want you to know about shading, which is, so you know how I told you that one light strokes travels a long way before it's absorbed, that all those light strokes create this really soft edges overflow, really soft edges shadow. That's why you see soft edges shadows everywhere, because the light comes from here, but it reflects everywhere, and then from the walls, from this, and it comes on my face. So you have the hard shadow coming from this light source, and the hard shadow is right here, but still inside this shadow there will be soft shadow. Here it's lighter because it has more directions that it can come through the light strokes, but here there's almost no place for the light to come, only from somewhere around here. So what you need to do is create this sharp edges shadow right here, and inside of it still a soft edges shadow. You just need to play a little bit with it. Don't just leave it in one color. Just make some places that you think are harder to get for the light strokes, make them darker, and it gives the drawing a little bit more depth and more life, you know. So let's just see how it will look on the drawing, shall we? What you just heard is the reason I added extra soft shadows to the hair. Now I will do the same thing with face shadows. So I selected the layer with face shadows and made a new layer on top of it. I'm taking the airbrush again and choose a darker color for the soft shading. I don't make the shadows too dark, and for the placement, like I said, I imagine what places are hard to reach for light strokes and place some shadows there. It is a pretty quick job, so I am actually almost done now. This is before and after. Now let's add a background. Again, make a new layer on top of all the other layers. Take an airbrush, sample the background color and add some reflections around the character. This way it will look like this character is actually there and the background color is reflecting on its back and in this situation also slightly on its face. Now I'm choosing the effect for that layer, overlay, and you could have used a mask but I didn't, so I will quickly erase the color around my character. Now I'm doing something in a weird way. I mean, it's not weird, but I feel like there should be an easier way to do it. Anyway, I need to select the whole character, and because I have so many layers, I just export the whole drawing without the background and effect layers as a PNG, then I import it again and select it. I turn the background and effect layers back on and make a new layer on top of everything. Then I make a mask on that layer using the selection I made from that imported PNG. I sample the background color, turn the saturation slightly higher and cover the whole layer with that color. Again, choosing an effect that will fit. I am playing with the opacity of that layer because different effects look better on different opacity levels. Like I said, experiment a lot. The overlay effect 1. Again, Now I just skip the highlights because it's a topic for a completely different video, and we are done. I will show you the comparison of before and after. Alright, so let's go to the big conclusion. What's the conclusion here? Use the airbrush more. Play with it, and of course try to use this lesson I just gave you as basics. You still need to experiment a lot to really understand it, so the basic I just told you is going to send you the right direction, but you need to experiment still. I wish you the best luck with using this knowledge. So I wish you the best luck with using this knowledge for your drawing, and yeah, I hope it was helpful. If you want to see more tutorials like this one, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Make sure to leave a comment below. Say anything, it's good for my algorithm, and algorithm can be a bit. So anyway, so if you want to see my face once again, then make sure to subscribe to my channel with the bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new amazing video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, I hope. Love you. Bye bye.